Hey there, we are in Midtown Comics, Times Square. I am Henry. It is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day, and we've got tons of new comics along our wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to go along this wall. We're going to talk about all the comics that I see in front of me with these two eyes. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be super great, and it's going to get started right now with some of our staff recommendations for the week. So first off, we've got Jason going with the Astonishing X-Men Annual #1. It is a brand new annual, and it is a fantastic issue. It's got the original X-Men teaming up with the man they call X. Very fun issue. Then we've got Luke going with a brand new issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the next chapter of Shattered Grid. Then we've got Tyler going with Cold Days, the conclusion of the story arc in Batman issue #53. And then we've got Fabian, of course, going with Flavor #4. And Taylor going with Extermination #1, possibly bringing about some major change for the X-Men. Now, we are going to bring it down. We're going to talk about these new books. And first off, we got to talk about Bartman. That's right. It's an epic 66-page adventure with everybody's favorite, Bartman. Because Bartman's awesome if you ever watch Simpsons. And, of course, you've watched The Simpsons. Then we have the brand new issue of The Incredibles 2 Crisis in Midlife. It is the second issue, and it is a lot of fun. We got a couple different covers here. I'm particularly fond of this Guri Huru cover that showcases, of course, Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl sharing a nice little glass of Chardonnay. Then we have the brand new issue of Ether, issue #4 from Dark House, as well as the brand new issue of Halo Collateral Damage, Part 3. And we have a brand new adventure with Terminator Sector War. Very cool alternate take on the Terminator timeline where it turns out more than one T-800 was sent back in time, and now a young cop is on the run. We also have the latest chapter of Usagi Yojimbo, The Hidden, as well as Witchfinder #4 of 5 from the pages of Hellboy. Awesome stuff. Now we are going to get started on some DC Comics, and first off, we've got the brand new issue of Aquaman. It is the second part of Sink Atlantis, which is a crossover event with Suicide Squad, and I am absolutely in love with this Joshua Middleton cover that showcases Mara sitting atop her throne because, of course, if you guys read Mara, Queen of Atlantis, well, she's the Queen of Atlantis, so, she looks very regal, very cool issue. Then we also have the brand new issue of Batgirl, and it's a nice little anniversary issue because it's issue #25, so it is extra sized, it's extra cool. We've got this wonderful cover by Joshua Middleton, always doing a great job on these covers, and this issue is great, and it's an indicator for the new direction of the series. Then we have Batman issue #53, and this issue is fantastic. It's Tom King, it's Lee Weeks, it's Batman having a crisis of conscience and actually doing some religious reflecting, which I think was very interesting. A very, very, very good read. I seriously recommend checking that out. Then if you want some more lighthearted Batman fare, we've got Archie meets Batman 66, issue #2, with a classroom catastrophe, and that seems absolutely horrid. I would gouge out my ears if that happened, if Catwoman was scratching a chalkboard. Then we do move on. We've got the brand new issue and the final issue of Batwoman, issue #18 of the current series. And we've got this wonderful cover by Michael Cho. We've also got the main cover by Dan Panosian, and it is bringing back together Batwoman and Renee Montoya. What does it mean for the future of Batwoman? Well, you guys are going to have to read. You're going to have to find out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have the brand new issue of Harley Quinn. We've got a very fun cover by Frank Cho, and we also have the regular cover by Gilliam March, and then we have a great issue. Sam Humphries really does a great job getting it to the head of Harley Quinn as she realizes that, hey, rent's due, and I got to get some money quick. Then we have the final issue of Cave Carson Has an Interstellar Eye. This book has been so much fun. If you guys never checked it out, I recommend you check this out. Check out Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye as well. Both books are absolutely fantastic. John Rivera and Michael Avon Mowing have done a fantastic job with the series. You really should check it out. Then we've got the latest chapter of the new challengers from the New Age of Heroes. Scott Snyder and Aaron Giuseppe do a great job on the title, introducing a new iteration of the challengers of the unknown, and it just might be the last unless they can escape certain doom. Then we have the brand new issue of Damage, another book from that New Age of Heroes. Some really cool stuff unfolding here. If you guys haven't been checking out Damage, you are missing out. He is a fantastic new character, and Robert Venditti's done a great job on the series. Now, we have a couple of cool Doomsday Clock reprints if you guys have been missing out. But what I want to do is I want to cut up top, and I want to talk about some of these collections that are up here. First off, we've got the Complete Short Stories Volume 2 of Hellboy from Mike Mignola and a bunch of wonderful collaborators. Then we also have Batman the Caped Crusader Volume 1, and what I think is great is that they used the rarely seen Todd McFarlane Batman art, which I think is super cool. That's like almost impossible to see. So it's great, awesome stuff. You want some classic Batman collections. Then we have Catwoman Soul Stealer. She has stolen many things, but now she is stealing souls. Selena Kyle, what have you done? It's a great book if you guys want to check out the latest in the new novel line from Random House. Then we also have the latest volume of Harley Quinn Rebirth, Angry Bird. Of course he's angry. It's the Penguin, and he's getting smacked in the face with a mallet. Wouldn't you be angry if you got smacked in the face with a mallet? I know. I would be. Then we have the new volume of Justice Society of America by Geoff Johns. It is book 2. If you guys have never checked it out, it is one of the coolest things that Geoff Johns has ever written for DC. I absolutely love it. You guys should love it too. Check it out. And then we've got the supersized collection of Seven Soldiers by Grant Morrison, one of the craziest, most psychedelic things I've ever seen, and also being referenced right now in Sideways, which is super cool. Loving that. Loving this edition. If you want to get the entirety of the adventure in one chunk, there you go. Then we've got the new volume of Astro City, which has switched to an original graphic novel format, so you got it all right there. And we also have the new volume of Scalped, Book 3, being put back into print from Jason Aaron. Now we are going to bring it back down, and we've got the brand new issue of Green Lantern. Simon Baz has been found guilty in the latest chapter, Evil's Might. Some really cool stuff going on here. If you guys haven't been checking out the current Green Lantern books, you're missing out. Then we also have the Green Lanterns appearing in Injustice 2, issue number 32. New recruits in the war for Oa. And I'm sorry, but are you going to tell me that's Lobo with a Green Lantern ring? Because I can't think of anything scarier and anything more wrong than Lobo with that kind of power. That is terrifying. That is awesome, and I'm very excited because Tom Taylor has done a great job on the series. Then we have the new issue of Injustice versus the Masters of the Universe. So if you're a fan of the Injustice series, you've got a wealth of books to check out. And look, it's He-Man and Superman having a test of strength. That's awesome. That's fun. Check it out. Then we have the new issue of Justice League, issue number 6. Some great stuff going on here from Scott Snyder and Jorge Jimenez. Of course, I love this Jim Lee cover showcasing John Stewart. Looking really cool. I love the intricate line work there of the weaponry. Looks awesome. Then we have the brand new book from Brian Michael Bendis from Jinx World, his imprint. We've got Pearl from Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos. If you guys have never checked out their work together, they've done a great job on books like Alias and Jessica Jones, and now they are reunited. And of course, the new trend with these blank covers, the book isn't blank, it's just got a nice paper to make sure that the blank is preserved. You guys got to check this out. It is an awesome book about a tattoo artist who's brought into a Yakuza world, basically. Absolutely crazy. It is really cool. You guys got to check it out. Then we have a reprinted edition of Titans, issue number 23, as well as the brand new issue of The Wildstorm. And we got the Son of Takeda cover, which we have sold out of completely online, but it looks like we got a whole bunch here. So if you guys are looking for it, you know where to go. Then we have a brand new series, Volition, issue number 1, which is super cool. It's robots. It's got identity issues and robots making robots. You know that never ends well for anybody. We also have the brand new issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue number 30. Lord Draken he sits atop his throne, and he looks upon all of those helmets, and there should be people in those helmets, and the fact that there aren't scares me. Because what happened to the people that should be wearing those helmets? The Rangers are in peril, and you guys should check this out. Then we have the brand new issue of WWE. I love this King Booker cover, and he comes with the little pinky hand, which I think is really great. We've also got a Daniel Bryan and Yokozuna variant, which is super cool. But the main cover as well, showcasing Shane McMahon and his rivalry with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So if you guys are a wrestling fan, if you guys are revved up, because of course SummerSlam is this weekend and you guys need to get your wrestling fix now, check out the brand new issue of WWE. You know me, I buy all 3 covers of the series because I'm absolutely in love with it. Then we have the Summer Sports Special from Street Fighter, and this is really fun if you are a Street Fighter fan. It's a nice pinup gallery of all of the different fighters, some really great art here, and I know there's a whole bunch of different covers. My favorite is the Cammy cover because Cammy is my main. So super awesome. There's also, of course, a blank edition because You know, Street Fighter, you always want to get some cool artists to draw your favorite fighter. Then we have the brand new issue of Ninjak. A brand new story begins here in issue 10 of the series, as well as the second issue of Star Trek The Next Generation, Terra Incognita. So if you are a fan of Star Trek The Next Generation, well, I've got exactly the book for you, and we've also got a great variety of different covers you guys should be checking out. Then we have TMNT, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Rule the road, or hit the road, sorry. And it is awesome. We've got a couple different covers here. A fun weekly series because, of course, this is a 5 Wednesday month, so 5 issues over 5 Wednesdays. Easy to pick up, and then you're done, and it's fun. You guys should be checking it out. And if you want something it is fun. It's just a completely different kind of fun. You got to check out TMNT Urban Legends. It is a reprint series of the classic 90s Turtles, and it is absolutely wild. Like, turtles have been maimed and mutilated, and villains are no longer with us. This book is hardcore, so leave the kids at home, but pick that up for yourself because it is an interesting read. Then we have the brand new issue of Analog, issue number 5 of the hit series that we just keep selling out of. A couple different covers here. Really great series. Really been enjoying it. Jerry Dugan and David O'Sullivan done a great job on it. Now, we are going to bring it up and talk about some cool collections. First off, we've got The Girl Who Handcuffed Houdini, as well as Eerie Comics, Volume 24. Then we have The Silence of Our Friends, the New York Times bestseller, with art by Nate Powell, who, of course, did the March series. We've got Speak, the graphic novel, as well as Squarriors, which is Squirrel Warriors, in case you guys were wondering. We've got the SNES Omnibus, the Super Nintendo, and its games. So if you guys are a Nintendo aficionado, you know that this book is high on your wants list. We've also got a supersized edition of ROM Cold Fire Hot War from the newest IDW comics. Then we've got Transformers Lost Light Volume 3, as well as Back to the Future Tales from the Time Train. Say that 10 times fast. You can't. I can't. I'll just da-da-da-da-da-da. Then we have the paperback edition of Roughneck being collected in paperback format for the first time ever, as well as the War Against Crime, more EC archive. So if you're a classic comic book fan, that's the book you're going to be checking out. We've also got a new printing of Birthright Volume 1, Homecoming, as well as the latest volume of East of West, Volume 8 of the awesome series from Jonathan Hickman and Nick Dragota, and the conclusion of Kill or Be Killed in Volume 4 of that series. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, and Elizabeth Brettweiser do an amazing job. And then we've got Rose, Volume 2, as well as The Walking Dead Return to Woodbury. So if you guys, you know, you've got all these comics, you got all these pictures. You want less pictures, pick up a book and read all the words. Then if you use the words, you can create pictures in your mind. That's some next level, you know. Then we have the brand new issue of Coyotes. We got a couple different covers here, depending on whether you want words on your cover or not. A great series. We also have the first issue of Crowded, a brand new series from Chris Boba and Rostein. Really fun premise. It's basically in this world where everything has an app, so do assassins. So somebody hires an assassin through a crowdfunding app, and then this young lady has to survive using the Defender app, which gets her a bodyguard, but she doesn't have a lot of money, so she's got a bad bodyguard, and now they're kind of in a rough pickle. Cool stuff. We have the brand new issue of Crude, issue number 5, and we also have Evolution, issue number 9 from James Asmus, as well as Joe Keating's Flavor, issue number 4. Then as we continue, we've got Gideon Falls. We got this very cool Jeff Lemire cover. We've also got the main cover, of course, from Andrea Sorrentino. If you guys haven't been checking out the book, it's one of the prettiest books you're going to see on the stands because it's Andrea Sorrentino's art. We've also got the excuse me. We've got the brand new issue of The Grave Diggers, issue number 9, as well as the return of Ice Cream Man. And these covers terrify me. And so does the book. It is a great read. If you guys just want to check out like a surreal kind of horror book, you got to check it out. Then we've got Mage, The Hero Denied, issue number 11 from Matt Wagner, as well as the Magic Order, issue number 3, with a couple different covers here. Then we have the brand new issue of Manifest Destiny, issue number 36, as well as Proxima Centauri. If you want, like I said, you want something kind of cool, something a little bit surreal, you got to check it out because the art is outstanding. Then we've got the brand new issue of Rumble, as well as Skyward, which is great. I've been loving every issue of Skyward thus far. Then we have the brand new issue of Stellar. We've got The Weatherman with this wonderful Marcos Martin cover from Joseph Hupp and Nathan Fox. We've got a couple different covers here, too, depending on who you want on your cover. And then we have the brand new issue of The Wicked and the Divine with a wonderful, wonderful Cliff Chang variant cover. You guys know I always double dip on all of the covers because they're just so pretty. Now, we are going to bring it up and talk about some collections real quick. First off, we've got the new Defenders in an Epic collection. But what I love about this, so not only does it include the issues of the Defenders that, of course, are the namesake of the collection, but it also includes Iceman's miniseries from the same time period, as well as Beauty and the Beast, which was a miniseries with Beast and Dazzler. So, super cool. These books are from 1983 through 1984, and there's a lot in here. So, the Epic collections, if you guys really want to have the chronology of the Marvel Universe, they're a great thing to invest in. Then we have Brute Force, and you're not crazy. Those are animal superheroes, and yes, it is that crazy in the comic as well. Very fun, whimsical series. Then we've got the classic Strange Tales from the Human Torch and The Thing, of course, featuring Namor the Submariner right there on the cover. And these are the classic issues from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and it's great. You guys never checked that out. It's definitely worth the time. Then we have Dan Slott's. So, of course, everybody knows Dan Slott did the new Fantastic Four. But did you know that he used to write The Thing? So this has his entire Thing run, all 8 issues of it, as well as Spider-Man the Human Torch. So if you guys want to check out some fantastic background research, you should definitely check those out because those were super, super critically acclaimed at the time that they came out. Then we have the Marvel... We have the Marvel Masterworks hardcover edition of The Incredible Hulk. We've got a couple different trade dress renditions of it. So depending on how you like your Masterworks, we've got the format for you. Then we've got Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man, Volume 3 in paperback. Amazing fantasy. And no, you're not seeing double. There are, in fact, 2 Spider-Mans. You got to find out why by reading the story within. Then we have the first trade paperback collection of Old Man Hawkeye. So if you guys want to, read about a guy who's slowly going blind at the end of his days and is absolutely miserable all the time. I mean, we've got different hobbies, but, you should check that out. Now we are going to bring it back down to the regular single issues that are out from Marvel this weekend. We're going to start things off with Deadpool Assassin, issue number 5. A couple different covers here. Crazy stuff going on. I like this Dave Johnson cover because it's got Batroc the Leaper on it, and I like Batroc the Leaper. But I also really enjoy the series because it's fun. It's Cullen Bunn. It's Mark Bagley. It's crazy. It's chaotic, and you guys should be checking it out. Then we have the brand new issue of Doctor Strange, and first off, how fantastic is this Return of the Fantastic Four variant from David Aja? Absolutely incredible. And it's got Herbie, and I like Herbie. Sue me. Then we have the regular cover as well. Issue number 4 of the series. If you guys have been checking it out, Mark Waid and Jesus Saez are doing a really great job on it. We also have the brand new issue of Infinity War. We got a whole bunch of different covers here. We've got a Ron Lim cover. We've got the Javier Garrón cover, which I really like. Of course, it's a connecting cover. So if you have handy last week's or the issue from 2 weeks ago, you see that they connect to create a giant image. And we also have the main cover as well. Mike Deodato's art inside the book is fantastic. And you guys, if you read last issue, you know there's a really crazy cliffhanger, so you got to go for this book first. Then we've got the brand new issue of Tony Stark, Iron Man. A couple different covers here. We've got the Return of the Fantastic Four variant by Adam Hughes. We've got the main cover as well. Valeria Skiddy's doing a great job on the interior art here, and Dan Slott is having a lot of fun coming up with crazy stuff for Tony to do. Then we have Chris Bacalo on Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. I love this Sandman at the beach. Spider-Man had his day ruined kind of vibe we got going on here. And Chip Zdarsky's been having so much fun with the title. I really think you guys should be checking it out. We also have the first book leading up to Spider-geddon. That's right, it is Edge of Spider-geddon number 1, and it's got Spider-Punk front and center. You guys got to check it out. We've also got the Star Wars Beckett special. So this is spinning out of Solo, a Star Wars movie. So if you guys want to find out more about the man who trained Han Solo, well, this is the place for you to look. We've also got the brand new issue of Poe Dameron, as well as the brand new issue of Thor. And we got a couple different covers here. Of course, I have to show this one off because it's got She-Hulk, and I love She-Hulk, and I love that Brian Hitch cover. Then we have Cable and Deadpool Annual number 1, and this is awesome. We've got a Rob Liefeld cover that we super sold out of online, so if you guys want to pick it up, you're only going to find it here in the store. And it is a fun time travel tale. If you guys want to check that out, I do think you'll have quite a lot of fun. Then we also have the brand new issue of Hunt for Wolverine, Claws of a Killer. And it is the conclusion of that storyline, which is now all leading up to Return of Wolverine. If you guys were paying attention to our social media channels, you saw that we announced our Joe Jusko exclusive cover for Return of Wolverine #1. So you guys got to keep an eye out for that. Some great stuff there. Then we have that brand new issue of Weapon H, and I got to show you guys this one because this is one of my favorites. This is the Return of the Fantastic Four variant cover by J. Scott Campbell, and it's showcasing one of the most absurd, ridiculous, and in its own sense endearing time periods of the Fantastic Four ever, because this is a crazy time for the Fantastic Four, and I'm very happy to see it immortalized in that J. Scott Campbell cover. We've also got the brand new issue of Weapon X, which is the beginning of the new storyline for Weapon X Force, which is awesome. And also with the legacy numbering, it's issue number 50, which is really fun. Then we've got the brand new issue of Multiple Man, issue number 3, as well as Astonishing X-Men #1. Now, both of these books are written by the incomparable Matt Rosenberg. So if you guys like these books and you want to check them out, come by next week because we're going to have Matt joining us for a signing of Punisher #1. That's going to be next Thursday at Midtown Comics Downtown. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then to close things off, we've got the brand new miniseries Extermination, which promises some major things going on for Marvel's Merry Mutants. So here are some of the books that I am checking out this week. First off, we've got that brand new issue of Batgirl, and this brand new issue is leading into a brand new direction because we got Margaret Scott's first tale for Batgirl, and I really, really was impressed by this. We've got some great art on this issue, a number of different collaborators. Paul Dini does a story, Marguerite Bennett does a story, Dan Panosian does some art, Paul Pelletier does some work, and I really like it. I love all the different stuff that's going on here. But what I really like is that this is really tied in with the world of Batman, and I think it's great. They actually tie in the first story here with Tom King's Batman, which I think is really cool, and it feels really natural. I'm really excited for this new direction for the title. You guys haven't been checking out Batgirl. Now is a great time to jump in. Now we have to say goodbye to Batwoman in issue number 18 of the series, and I'm sad to see it go because I've really loved what Marguerite Bennett has done with this book over the last 18 issues. But you gotta say, she's going out on a high note. We've got this great cover here by Dan Panosian, and I'm just really enjoying the series. I'm really excited to see where things go. Fernando Blanco's art has been nothing but the best. So you guys should really check this out if you want to find out more about Batwoman, because everybody is asking about Batwoman. Get your facts straight, read the comic, you'll know exactly what you're talking about. Then we have the brand new issue of Harley Quinn, and it is a brand new story. Sam Humphries does a great job in this issue of making it very accessible, very fun. If you guys have ever read Harley Quinn, this is a great place to just jump in and enjoy the story, because Harley is trying to make ends meet, so she's going on all these odd jobs, but it just leads her to some of her more villainous ways, and I think it's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't been checking out Harley Quinn, this is a great time to do so in a fun little two-part story. Then we have the brand new issue of Justice League, and I grabbed the John Stewart cover. Why? Because John Stewart is a very integral part of this issue as we explore the depths of the ultraviolet lanterns. Jim Lee does a great job, of course, on this cover, which I mentioned already. I love this cover, but I love the interior art as well. Jorge Jimenez does a great job, and Scott Snyder is building up a really intricate mythology for these new concepts, and I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. Also, we get to see Grodd, and I like Grodd, and he's facing off against the Flash, and I like the Flash. You put stuff I like in comics, I'm going to be happy with them. Then another book that is something that is a question mark that I had to check out is Pearl issue number 1. Now this is coming from Jinx World, which is of course Brian Michael Bendis' homegrown imprint of his own sensational tales, and Michael Gaydos joins him for this bold new story. And what I like about it is that you are thrown immediately into the story. We meet our character, we get a quiet little scene to get to know her, and then we are thrown into this deep gang warfare, which I think is really great. It's a tattoo artist who finds herself wrapped up in some crazy, crazy gang warfare. Awesome stuff, really like it. But what I really like, and a lot of people don't know about this because it's a little surprise. So I'm gonna, it's not a spoiler, but I'm spoiling the surprise. So you know, earmuffs. But this does include Brian Michael Bendis' first Batman story. Brian Michael Bendis wrote Batman like 20 years ago, and he did an Elseworlds tale called Citizen Wayne. And who did he do it with? Michael Gaydos. So how appropriate that is reprinted here in all its glory. Awesome little edition at no additional cost. So this is something you guys are definitely going to want to check out. Bunch of different covers. Pick them up. Then we have a brand new series. We have Crowded, issue number 1. Reaper is an app where you can hire an assassin and get it funded by the masses. Crowdfunding. It's great, isn't it? And it is being used for nefarious ways, of course, because now we are on the run, and our young lady lead has only the Defender app to protect her. So she runs off. She's got a bodyguard. They're trying to escape Los Angeles. It's crazy. It's fun. And it's very contemporary. And Chris Sebulba's done a great job creating a unique new world. And Rostein's art is fantastic. You guys should be checking it out. Then we have the brand new issue of Skyward. Skyward is a world where gravity broke, and all of a sudden everybody just started floating everywhere. You guys have heard me talk about this book before, and I keep talking about this book because I really, really enjoy this book. I've been having a lot of fun, and I think that you guys should be checking it out because it's just got some interesting leads, and now we're starting to find out more about how the world broke and what happened with the gravity, and the gravity of the situation is quite severe. Hey. Then we have a new series with Terminator Sector War. Brian Wood brings his particular penchant for dialogue and intense characters to this new series. If you guys haven't been checking out the Terminator books, that's okay. This is very easy to jump into because it takes place at the same time as the original Terminator. Of course, everybody's very curious right now because we're finding out all this news about the new movies. So you guys should check this out to refresh a little bit while we wait for what's coming on the horizon. And we are here with Weatherman issue number 3. So last issue of Weatherman was absolutely crazy because we found out some really crazy things about what's going on in Nathan's world. And now I'm super excited to see where things go from here because it seems like everything is unraveling. I've been really enjoying the story. Jody LaHoupe has created a really cool sci-fi world that I immediately I'm really loving. I'm genuinely super into this book. And Nathan Fox's art is great. Hopefully nothing horrible happens, but based on the last 2 issues, I'm pretty sure more horrible things are on the horizon. Then we have that brand new issue of WWE. Of course, it is SummerSlam this weekend, so I am all revved up. I am in full wrestling mode, super excited. And I am super excited for this brand new issue because I've been loving this story, exploring the dynamics of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' friendship. I think this book has been super cool, super great. And also, now we're at the part where it's like, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's jobs are on the line. They may or may not have a future with the WWE. What happens next? Find out. It's awesome. I've really been enjoying it. Then we have the brand new issue of Infinity Wars. Infinity Wars 2 had a crazy cliffhanger, and I mean an absolutely crazy cliffhanger. That last page made me very sad and very excited for this issue, which I immediately went to. I read through it so quick. It was so great. Mike Deodato's artwork is a natural fit for creating this really intricate cosmic tale, and it's all taking place on Earth, so it is also quite accessible. Jay Dugan does a great job with all the characters' voices. Of course, he's been doing Marvel cosmic characters for a while now. I really enjoyed this issue, and I think that it's great because it's a bit of a darker tale, but it still has a sense of whimsy to it, so you guys should really be checking it out. Then we have the brand new issue of Edge of Spider-geddon. It is issue number 1, and it's a one-shot. So first off, I'm going to tell you guys that you don't need to read any single other book to know what's going on in this book. It is a brand new story with Hobie Brown, who is Spider-Punk of his reality. And if you guys don't know, Spider-Punk is a character that evolved entirely out of just this crazy concept for a British Spider-Man, and it's awesome. It's super fun. I really enjoy it, and I think that Gerardo Sandoval's art is really great on this issue. This was one of my favorite things that I've read this week because it's also a meta commentary on Spider-Man because they're all about making Spider-Man super corporate and merchandising him, and Spider-Punk is like, I don't want to be merchandised like that. You know, that's not my thing. And so it's great, and it's really fun. Then we have Star Wars Beckett. If you guys want to find out more about the man who trained Han Solo, you guys should be checking this out. Jerry Dugan, who I just mentioned his name 30 seconds ago. Why? Because he's doing Infinity Wars. He's doing Analog. He's doing great comics. And now he is telling a one-shot tale about the man who taught Han Solo how to be a scoundrel. And then we've got the brand new issue and brand new series, Extermination. Now, this is great because X-Men are not going to be okay. You have to be okay with accepting that sometimes bad things are going to happen to characters you love, and Extermination is definitely a book that has that going on. I'm not going to tell you what happens because that's going to ruin the surprise of it all, but we know that there are some new things coming on the horizon with Uncanny X-Men looming in the distance, and Ed Brisson does a great job here of setting things up. I really like where this story is going. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here, and it feels like it's steeped in X-Men lore and continuity, and I think it's great, and I'm excited to see what's next. And then we've got the brand new issue of Weapon X. And like I said before, the legacy numbering tells me that this is issue number 50, which is the perfect time for Weapon X Force to begin. It's great. If you guys have been reading the last couple issues, you know that there's been a lot of dissent within the team. And Greg Pak and Fred Lente do a great job of continuing their story that they've been telling since day one. Greg Pak since day one. And I've really been enjoying it. This is a lot of fun. And I love these new costume designs because it's orange and black costumes. And who else can pull that off but Weapon X Force? Then a few collections I wanted to showcase. We've got JSA by Geoff Johns, Volume 2. It is the Justice Society, and it is Geoff Johns. That is one of the best books that he ever worked on. You guys should definitely check this out. And it's got, what do we have here? We have issues 16 through 25 of the original series, JSA Our Worlds at War, JLA, JSA Secret Files, which is super cool because it's got all your factoids on all the characters. And then we've got JLA, JSA, Virtue, and Vice. So you guys should totally check this out. It is really great. We've also got David Goyer, Steven Sadowski, Carlos Pacheco, and Jesus Marino doing some great work here. And those are some great names, so you should check this out. Then we've got the paperback edition of Roughneck for the first, of Roughneck. For the first time in paperback, it's Jeff Lemire, and it's Jeff Lemire telling a story about a Canadian hockey player. Shocking, I know. And Jeff Lemire has a great affinity for telling these really deep, emotional tales with his characters. You guys should definitely check this out. And it comes out this week, so you guys should check it out if you missed out on the hardcover. It's awesome. Then we have The Thing and the Human Torch, and Dan Slott wrote them both very well many years ago. If you guys don't know this, Dan Slott has this great history with a lot of the Fantastic Four characters, so it makes perfect sense for him to be on Fantastic Four, because he wrote The Thing in his own series. He wrote Spider-Man, Human Torch, which of course led to both Spider-Man and now Fantastic Four, and he also wrote She-Hulk. So he's got this great handle on all of these different characters in the Fantastic Four world. So if you like the new issue and you're excited to see what's going on in the future, you got to check out their past so you know what's up. And that's it. It is a great week in comics. There is a ton of stuff on that wall. I am super excited. I'm going to go back on that wall, and I'm just going to pick up even more books because there's more books than I have monies, and I'm super happy about that. So you guys should swing by and check out some cool books this week. Like this video? Thanks. We appreciate it. Be sure to let us know what books you are checking out this week, and let us know what you like about this video, and be sure, of course, to press like. Be sure to share the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to find us on our different social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter, and we would love to be found because, you know, you don't play hide and go seek just to hide. You know, you get bored after a while. You want the person to find you, so please find us, seek us out, and we'll be very happy campers. See you soon.